hard to see that far away. Where do I start? Hello. I'm gonna wait for some people to get in here. I just uploaded a short of a bunch of the... I'm gonna start getting loud and excited because I think that helps the algorithm. The more excited I am, it seems like something crazy's happening, and then people start funneling in. And then somebody that knows me sees it, and then they're here, they draw more people. There's something to it. You know, I don't know if it's just having animation, what you're talking about, I haven't figured all that out yet, but it seems there's something to an excited live might draw some more people. I've had 0 people come in so far, so let's just get a few more people in here, or any people in here. It's been 2 minutes. I'll give it, if at 5 minutes no one's here yet, I'm gone. No, I don't know what that means. If somebody comes in, then we'll see. Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. How we doing today? Nope. Don't be afraid, come in! One person has stopped in and said hello. Hey, how you doing? Somebody else has stopped in. How are we doing today? And I'll just let it chill for a second, we'll see. So I'm gonna just start doing bins. I think even if I just do it live, it's all right. If I post the video, it just shows I was out doing it, and although there's not that much time needed, you still need to put some time into your business. This is exactly, this bin that I'm about to do is exactly a month old. It's the 28th. Finished bin. After 30 days. Beautiful. How we doing? Number 2. What's up, number 2? Anybody interested in worms? This is a worm video right now. There's other genres that I talk about also, or would love to discuss, but right here I'm about to just go through some of my worm bins. It's day 38 of my 30-day cycle for some of my bins, and I'm just going to kind of take a look and see what I have and start sifting some of it out and get them reset. So we will see what we got. Good amount of worms, very consistent all the way through. Hey, can you guys hear me? Where are you guys from? I'm from Florida. All right, so we're just gonna do this. I have an 1/8" sift. It's a screen 1/8". Watching now. What's going on? You're probably like, what the F is this dude doing? What the fuck? What's going on? How we doing today? Making the app. You're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? This is a wormery. I'm right now. I'm sifting castings, which are the poop of worms. Yep, 0 bucks. Oh, but there's a squirrel fucking a dog. I'm gonna jump to that video. Man, I'm in the scroll right now. That deep scroll. Your legs are fucking numb, and you're scrolling. And that cursing probably just messed the algorithm. Been done. Hey, good evening. How we doing? Hey, good evening. How you doing? Right now I'm sifting through some of my worm bins that have been in cycle. Going through, getting the castings out. How you guys doing? Some of these are fed, these are dum-dums, dude. Why did I do that? Hello. I don't think I did that one all the way up there, though. Hello. How we doing? Hi. Just grabbing something. I'll be right back. Let's see if I did this bin. Hopefully I didn't. It does not look like I did. Yes, nice. How you doing? Any interest in worms? This is a 30-day-old bin of castings. Zero fucks. Zero fucking fucks. Crazy. They literally separate this stuff off to the side. They take the big stuff, the wood chips that were in the compost, and they put it off to the side. The stuff they're literally not going to eat at all. They separate it. Worms do that. Insane. And a worm can move a stick out of the way so they can keep working on the stuff they want to eat. Crazy. Put them in there. So then we're going to do a flip. Let's see what we got here. Holy moly. Good evening. Hey, what's going on? Right now I'm separating worms, worm castings. Here's some finished castings. African red wigglers. Anybody dealing in worms? Anybody interested in castings at all? pouring them into a bucket. Good evening. How you doing? Good evening. How you doing? This is pretty. Wow. This one's almost completely finished. This looks like a little less too. How you doing? Good evening. How you doing? How are we doing? I'm doing some worms right now. African red wigglers. I'm processing some of my castings. Really just separating worms. Good evening. How we doing? What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is he doing? I just sit here and shake back and forth. It's something that I'm into. I like to shake back and forth. How we doing? Can you hear me? Where are you from? Just me and you right now. You got any good advice for me? Other than for me to shave my beard? No? Well, right now I'm sifting African red wiggler worms. They produce, fuck me. Hey, good evening. How you doing? Right now I'm sifting through worm castings, having a sip of kombucha. What are you doing? Nothing? That's good. So right now, I'm going to switch the size of sift, and we're going to do a 1/4 inch sift real quick. Which I really want to get a 3/16 sift. Good evening, how you doing? If you stick around, I'll show you something cool in 1 second. I'm just doing getting some of this stuff separated from the worms, and I'm gonna show you a bunch of worms. There's a lot of worms. How you doing? African red wigglers. And not one comment. No one wants to even say, go. No one even wants to tell me to go fuck off. At least tell me to go fuck off, and then I'll turn it off. There we go. There's somebody who wants to talk. I've been trying to work posters for years. Success has been hard to come by. The last attempt seems to be working. I've been trying to work compost for years. Naru. That's a cool. Success has been hard to come by. The last attempt seems to be working. For making compost? Worm compost, yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit, I would say it's another step above like a regular compost pile. You have to kind of measure the same with the greens and the browns, but then you have to add the life of a worm in there, and yeah, it does add another variable. But you're having success now. I'm about to show you something cool. Let me just finish sifting this real quick. You will probably like to see it then. Give me 1 second, all right? So, I just consolidated 2 of my bins together. Let me show you this. It's kind of cool. A lot of worms. I have probably, I don't know, 50 or 60 going right now. All right. I just took 2 of them and put them together. Let's take a peek. What we got going on here worm-wise? You ready? You ready? Look at that. That's 2 of my bins together. Drift, what's up, man? We meet again. Yes, I'm trying to use a large bin with holes in the bottom instead of another large bin. Yeah, I don't really have that leachate or whatever people are calling that. I don't have a water issue that I have to drain. Oh yeah, I know. Isn't it crazy? This is 2 bins consolidated, and they're not even like some of my stars. I'm getting ready to expand, so I need a bunch of worms, so I'm going to start consolidating some together. I mean, this I could reset, I don't even know, 20 bins probably. Pretty cool. And they're happy. They're actually happy to be together like this, too. They don't mind it. They will all go down in. I'm not going to leave them like this. Yes, I'm trying to use a large bin. Yeah, I think, so depending on what you say with large, what I find personally is it's surface area. So the depth of the bin doesn't really matter as long as it's. I would say they prefer to eat in the top 3 inches. So if it's a 7-inch, 6-inch bin, that's just fine. There's a little extra room for above and below, and yeah, like I pretty much only fill it up like 3 inches because that's what they prefer. So there's a bottom. And then about 3 inches of stuff, maybe a little less, and they thrive. Well, thanks for stopping in. I'm glad finally. It took me, I've been on for 27 minutes talking to myself, yelling at people, trying to get them to stay, and more or less probably scaring them away. This is some of my heavier castings that I'm going to let dry, and then I'll be able to sift out some more of the bigger stuff. Just kind of break it up a little bit. I'm probably going to reset a couple bins real quick too and show everybody how I do it. Yeah, I watched your the composting, the four benefits of composting, drift, and on the video with the sifter, I didn't see the actual. Well, I think I saw it somewhere else, but I didn't see your sifter in that short. I was taking a nap. Otherwise, I would have been here sooner. Yeah, naps are good. I'm like a baby with naps. I love taking naps. So right here, I'm just gonna. This is some. I've already poured out the 1/8-inch sift stuff into my buckets, which right now I'm in such a surplus of castings for what I need, what I'm selling. I'm looking to expand my worms, so I'm adjusting a few things. You can't really see it. I don't know. You can't. It doesn't pick up on it. Actually, you can see some of the eggs. You can see one. It's just filled with eggs. It's the compost. They love it. So I'm going to lay this flat. There are still some worms in there. I'm going to probably put just a sprinkle of feed to draw them to the top. I don't play too many games. I really don't even need to do that. As long as I let this dry out, it'll sift out just fine. Yeah, I'm not even going to put feed into it. Just going to let it dry. Yeah, I'm just putting stuff out. Yeah, it's just like, I was thinking about it today. I don't know all the biggest words. I don't know if they're like all the every detail about it. But what I do know and what's working for me, I think I explain it so other people can understand it. So it's not as sophisticated. I'm not the smartest person doing worms, but maybe I can explain it so that somebody that's, what is your system? I have a few different systems. My main system is just a bin system. I'm using the small cement mixing trays, and then I'm using a calculated amount of compost, which I produce with my quail, and then I put a certain amount of worms, not really calculated that much, in there, and then I'm giving them about a month to produce what I need. It seems to be working. I'm getting a good amount of castings. I would get more if I let it sit for a little while longer, but right now I have bins that I'm sitting longer. These are just kind of a production to get my worms up. But I just have my system's really kind of just on a rack system that I lucked out finding. Let me show you. Let's see. and it allows me to go vertical with it. And some it might not work for going vertical. And then it really, a system's nothing without like organization. So with the labeling, it doesn't have to be super. I'm going to make it more sophisticated because really, I'm putting a tick mark. You can't even see the tick marks. Sorry, all these little blue things. I use a tick mark to indicate that I've checked it. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to put a W, a watering, and a feed, and then I'm going to put tick marks underneath them. So I know how many times I had to feed them. I know how many times I watered them. Simple. You don't need one color tape is good. Or you could also just do. If you get into a system, you could have bins that you could do every day. Some to harvest, and you can make it so there's only a couple. So every day you're just doing a couple bins. So it's only an hour a day, if that. That looks amazing. Yeah, it works really well too. I have a lot of height in my shop, 13-foot ceilings, so I can go up. And then out here, sorry if I'm making you dizzy, outside there, which I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, is I didn't know that they went down to 35 degrees or up to 90. So I thought I was stuck kind of doing it in air conditioning, and now I think I'm going to evolve to an outside area. Right in the shade for the summer. Just flip that one more time. Just happy worms. So many babies mixed in, just hanging out with them. I do have specific nursery bins, but there's so many different colors and shades. Some of the tails look really different. It's pretty cool. Oh, your setup is super legit. Yeah, have your routines down, you're putting on product, reading books and looking at stuff before every video, so you're half scripted. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't work well on that. Like, when you put me on schedule or give me a script, I start stuttering. If you just throw me in front of a bunch of people with something that I'm interested in, I honestly, like, even if I don't, like, I can go into it like, I don't even remember. And then as soon as, like, in this type of situation, you say something, and it instigates me and, like, almost lets me remember something that was in my brain. So this live situation for me is really a good situation because I do talk a lot, so I can talk and then answer questions if anybody has a question. Me too. I get camera shame. Yeah, I think everybody does. I'm just kind of over it. Like, I'm truly locked in on these worms, and I think that they're good for this planet, and we need to instigate it. So Drift, like, honestly, keep pushing, and maybe, I don't know what you do for a living, but formalize it a little bit so that when, like, you can go to my website, you can kind of fact check, and you can see my results, which I see what you're doing. You're definitely, it looks like you have a good amount of worms going. You have a bunch of things going. But we need to push this. Mason, oh, nice. Like bricklayer, block, brick. Where are you from, Drift, again? So right here with these guys, I'm just going to give them some compost. I haven't shown it on video yet, but I have a beautiful sifting setup outside for my compost. And this is some of my compost. It almost looks like a casting. It's very sandy. I have a bunch of sand mixed in. There are some bigger wood chips. I don't care about that. It adds a void in there. They come out when I deal with them. So what I'll do is I'm going to put, normally when I reset a bin, I'm not resetting this bin technically. It's just, I just consolidated a bunch of worms that I'm going to keep doing as I do more bins. So right now I'm just going to put, what do I want to do here? Yeah, I'm going to put two scoops in. I mean, you can see the color difference even from regular compost. And then, I mean, one's a little bit more damp than the other, but there's a color difference too. This stuff is coming from the worms is very rich. I'm just going to put 2 scoops in. Very sandy, all that grit. Block. Each worm. Rochester, New York. Each bin is farm is a. Has a worm. Yeah, exactly. Drift. Like yeah, ecosystem. It's like you're establishing this like this world. There's all these little mites and critters. I have potato bugs sometimes and earwigs. Down here, it's like a cockroach, but it's they call it rich people call cockroaches palmetto bugs instead of a cockroach. It looks just like a cockroach. So I get all those different. I get lizards. They eat on my worms. So I'm feeding a bunch of different things. So Drift, you're gonna start dropping some. Let's get a long form. Show us your setup. I want to see the whole thing. Let's do a nice in-depth video. Sorry about that. Do a nice in-depth video. I want to see the whole thing. Or did you and I'm missing it? I thought I looked at your videos today. I didn't see it. Maybe. So this is like thousands of worms. This could be 5,000 worms in one little bin. What is the big screen and outside porches called down there? What are the big screened in outside? A lanai. Like a lanai? Yeah. Sunrooms. Or yeah, we call it a lanai. Where are you from, Sheila? Sheila? I'm like hooked on phonics with reading. If I listen or see something, I'm good with it, but Texas, nice. My brother was stationed in Texas. Fancy people call it lanai. Yeah, the rich people. We call them palmetto bugs and lanais. Definitely not a rich person, but I live within, I'm a younger man, so I live within wealthier, older people, I guess, right? They keep, the older people are holding on to all the wealth. So we got to figure out ways to work around it. Yes. Sheila, nice. Yeah, about old people. I think like the people, like the big farmers and stuff like that. I mean, there's so many different things these worms can do. Like I just saw the other day that somebody has a system. It's a big system, and they're dealing with human waste. They have windrow pond kind of deals running waste out into them, and they have thousands and millions of worms. I was in Florida this year on vacation. I'm right outside Sarasota, and I went all over the place. Drift, I don't know you, and hopefully you're not. Well, I've seen you before, but if you're ever in the Sarasota area again, hit me up. You know, that would be cool. We got a lot of different things going on over here. That's funny. You're just in Sarasota. I was just in Sarasota a few minutes ago. Is that somewhere you vacation often? I'd already done a bunch of bins before. Probably don't want to see me. Probably want to see the worms. I made his family in that. That's cool, man. Maybe we'll. It's like acquaintances. It's cool meeting people and stuff, talking to people online. But then when it really only become friends and really know somebody when you meet them in person. So maybe one day we can meet up. In New York. How's New York treating you? That's what, upstate New York? Sheila, you still in here? If I go onto do you have stuff out about your message? Do you, so with your worms now, so you have a big bin going? Are the worms multiplying? What's going on with them? You said that you were. Well, see what happened was what had happened was the worms were there and then they were gone. I don't know. That's cool. Small world. Unless you're a stalker stalking me. I have the bins. They are 4 foot by 3 foot by 4 foot or 4. I have the bins. You should on this thing just take a video and post it up. I'd love to see what you got going on, Sheila. See what the bin you're using. I mean, I'm a very giving person. I try to be. If you do you want more worms? Do you want to restart? I think I have a few I could spare. Get you started up again if you need some more. Texas has a good climate. So if you start off with 1,500, wow, that's big. That's a good amount of worms to start with. It's hard to count them. I don't know how many are in here. All right, so basically I just put some. This is a pre-made worm chow. Sheila, my website's HuntersWorms.com. You can chat with me through there. If you want some worms, I'd be into hooking you up with some more. See what the last idea I used. Well, I would love to get you set back up. So maybe if you wanted to get more going, I don't know how many you have left or if you need any, but shoot me a message through that and we'll figure something out. I mean, maybe you pay shipping and I'll send you a bunch of worms. I have plenty to spare right now, and I want to just keep spreading them. And if you're already in them and dealing with them, it's different than somebody that's not. But yeah, maybe I can help you out. Were you doing red regulars? Be my pleasure, Sheila. I appreciate the conversation. What's crazy is that the longer me and you talk here, the more people come through. You're helping me more than you think. I mean, I'm not making any money off Facebook, or on YouTube yet. But it's just the more awareness, the more conversation I can have that makes sense. It's nice. So I appreciate you stopping and talking, honestly. These are amazing. Like a mister. There's a lot of worms in this bin. It's going to be cool. What I'll do is I'll do like a short tomorrow, maybe a live. When I'm restarting a bin, that's a pretty wet bin. So I have a tag on this one, which is old. I'm going to take this off. And I'm not going to label this. Actually, I'm going to label it just bulk. All right, I got a plastic here. Pop it right on top. Just like that. Yeah, 5. Yeah, it seems pretty. It's at this point where I'm at. It seems it's like a long time away at the rate that I am. But I think it's what you put into it. If I start producing multiple, I have enough content to produce multiple videos. So I really just need to. But I've had a bunch of family come through. We are new homesteaders 2 years, and I'm trying to grow food in the most organic way possible. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like, I'm not 100% organic, but I try to do the best I can. Separating yourselves from these poisons, it's gonna help you out in the long run. What's up, Jocelyn? Jocelyn. I'm terrible with names, especially these are Sheila, Jocelyn. How you doing? Where are you from? Do you do worms? It's funny, like when you're first starting to try out, get this going. On the live, like you say worm to somebody, they're like, what is this guy doing? I'm like going back and forth sifting, and people are probably like, what the heck? You just missed a lot of worms, Jocelyn. I'd show you, but I don't want to disturb them again. I'll show you another bin in a second. I have an idea for helping people reach percentage of self. It's necessary. Like, if your only thing is to make money or fiscal, it can work too. But like, if the idea behind it is that I want to spread this stuff and build the soil, build the ecosystem, this whole planet, Like you're gonna have to give some of it away because some people aren't gonna understand it, and you wouldn't believe how much castings I give away at this point, buckets of it. I'm just take it, like please put it in your property and start fixing the planet. Like it. I don't want to get mad about it with people because like you offer them and they look at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, look, worms poop and it's like gold, and they're like, I don't believe you. It's like here, take some for free, and still you have a little pushback. So I jam it down people's throats at this point. It's like, build, what's up? I'm nothing but stupid. I doubt that. I doubt that. You're not stupid. Maybe you are, but I doubt it. Everybody, it's like, I thought I was stupid when I was younger because of the way I learned. You go to school, they want you to learn this way, do this, do this, do this. That's not how I learn. I don't learn by books in a classroom with a bunch of other kids. You put me in front of a video with a very specific topic and a person that's interesting, it's like I can download the information. It just goes right into my brain and I understand it completely. I can re-articulate it in an easier way, and that's really what I think when somebody understands something, they can dumb it down, and that's why it's like this is dumb process, very simple. Okay, I'm seeing it in action. Stu. Hey, Stu. Yeah, we don't want to be mean to stupid. But, yeah, definitely message me, Sheila. We'll figure something out. Shipping's like the only thing that kind of hinders me just giving them to everybody in plentiful. Like honestly, here's a handful. Just go put them in a system. Because really, the easiest way, and this is, I'm going to do a video on this, or maybe Drift can do one because he's using a bin. It's the same thing. And Sheila, you could even do your bin. That is the way most people, this is a commercial way of doing it. You need a rack system, it needs to be. But getting these bin systems together, Drift, like you're doing, and Sheila, there's something to it. Everybody has totes in their garage. If we can make them work perfectly in a non-air conditioned setting, that's amazing. So then we're taking out the real like, oh well, you have a temperature controlled shop. I get it. It makes it easier. Tell me where you connect with you again. HuntersWorms.com. And there's a little chat menu at the bottom. And it'll shoot a message. Either my wife or I will see it, and then we can just keep it there. Or you can check us out on Facebook. But it seems like Facebook's cool until they're like, we don't want to be involved in sustainability. We want petrol-based chemicals sold or whatever. I'm trying to keep control of it. Like YouTube's a good way to talk to people and access, but I'm going to do a basic blog on my website so we can keep track of some information, and then start using YouTube and maybe even Rumble, something like that. I need to start posting that more. I'm like the worst salesman anymore. I should be pushing stuff harder, but it ends up just I give a lot of it away. Richard, a lot of people from the UK. What time is it in the UK? What's the time difference? HuntersWorms.com. Shoot me a message there, and we can go from there. HuntersWorms.com. What's up, Rich? 21. Stuff's pretty good. Synergy. It's good kombucha. Similar to the bacteria in these. I truly believe that I was sick. I had some real bad stomach problems probably about a year and a half ago. And that's why, ew, you don't like that? You don't, Drift, you don't like kombuchas? I think they're delicious. I used to drink a lot of soda and stuff like that, and I still every once in a while have a Coke. But oh snap, I have stomach issues. Go on. Okay, yeah. Please. And I went real far with it. Like I thought it was all allergies. Oh, I shouldn't be eating this, I shouldn't be eating that. And yes, there's something to that. But really what had happened was I had my wisdom teeth taken out, and antibiotics. And really, when they do an antibiotic, they should do a pre and probiotic with the antibiotics because you're killing all of your gut biome, along with the bad diet when you're doing it. Drinking sodas killing your gut biome. The gut biome within your stomach, the bacteria, is very similar and is synergistic with what's in, or it could be even exactly the same. I haven't gone too far into it, but it's within this. So just dealing in the worms biology, you are, I think, helping yourself. Now, again, it's crazy. I just got cut with a chainsaw the other day, and I had to go get stitches. Somebody fell backwards with a chainsaw, went right into my leg. I have a scar to show. I'll show you my scar. It's healed up now. I didn't get infected or anything like that, but he got me good. And again, dude, my stomach was perfect. Diet has a lot to do with it, but really getting your gut biome, your bacteria. Go get an air or a temperature controlled 9, 10, the highest billion rate of bacteria if you're having stomach issues, Drift, and add that to yours. It needs to be temperature controlled, cold, and then skip the sugars and do a really good, what feeds the bacteria differently than what feeds this bacteria. That's a good point. Is like really good fibers and stuff like that. So if you're low fiber and you're running dehydrated, that's really what you need to start looking at. Yeah, gut health, it's everything. It's connected. You're putting the water, everything's going into the gut and then being distributed. It's connected to the brain, and the connection's crazy. Like when your stomach's not doing well, your mind's is off. And most people can attest to that. So I know these are nasty, but I grow it myself. If you look at the bottom here, you see all that stuff right there? That's SCOBY, right? And it's easy to grow it. You can do it yourself if you want to make your own. But that's the life. It's really good for you. It can dehydrate you. There's a lot of natural sugar, so you do need to hydrate. Most grown men should be drinking up to a gallon of water a day, I think. Oh, it makes me pee a lot. That's a good thing. Pee. Like, get water through you. And I know you still need amino acids and what's the other one? Electrolytes. They're super important because water is only part of it. It's not crystalline. It doesn't convert exactly, but it does work. It does help. I was talking to a researcher who was saying that they found Alzheimer's is an issue. Yeah, it's crazy. The pollutions and all these different things. I don't know what it equals to. You see it every day. People are it's definitely linked, yeah. But you see everybody. It's like a friend of mine just diagnosed with stage 4 liver and stage 4 kidney, which then spread to the liver. It's bad. I mean, there's a lot of this stuff going on. Make my own vinegar. Make the morning back to mother. Yeah, mother's important, which is the same as SCOBY. Yeah. Fermentation is amazing. It really is. And it's a great sort. Like, if you do it like a kombucha, you could re-ferment it into alcohol, so you can make yourself a nice drink. And it can get pretty high in alcohol content. So there's other benefits to it. It's like, oh, I don't really, but it's alcoholic. Like, so let's just say it'd be super easy to do it. Have a bulk of tea and fruits and stuff like that, and make your own alcohol in any situation. The Rona and yeah, I just exist. I don't let other people exist for me. Very rarely do I take other people's advice, even doctors. I figured my stomach out on my own. I sent blood test out and fecal test out myself. It's very easy. There's multiple companies that you can do it from home, and I looked at the information and I fixed it. And I'm a firm believer in nature and these different things doing what's supposed to happen. So I'm all for anybody. If you want to go get a jab and drink the Rona, that's fine. But there's natural ways to fix a lot of things, like building your immune system and being outside in the sun, grounding to the earth, drinking and eating good food and water. I think that fixes most of the problems. If people were just more wholesome like that. Yeah, exactly. I try not to talk about that stuff because I don't believe in a lot of fairy tales, and I think it can fuck your algorithm up. I drink one of these a day, basically. Probably half a gallon to a gallon of water a day. It seems to help. But antibiotics definitely, like with a big cut, you definitely want to take antibiotics. It's been a very good conversation. It doesn't, like, for me, it's like, okay, it's cool, thousands of people, but really I don't want that because then I won't be able to really conversate with anybody. I'd rather talk to a few people and have a good conversation. Just a moment. It's fun. No, I'm not saying it. Like, I don't care. At this point, I'll just make it. If I really thought they were doing, I need reassurance on stuff like that. Like knowing that powers that be would want to stop something as beautiful as this is like, I'm not going to instigate it, but if it happens, it happens. I never blame you. So when I go to Florence next, it's going to be to Stuart, but I may see what you guys say. Yeah, definitely. Throw some, got some really good chickens and stuff like that. Throw them on the grill. You're more than welcome. I watch a lot of. I never get to have any questions. Yeah, some of them are just like I don't even blame the person. The screen's moving so fast. You know. But a lot of these lives. I mean, I do scroll. Everybody ends up scrolling. But some of the stuff that people are showing and talking about is just nonsense right now. I don't know, and I get it. What I'm doing is perfect. No, I get it's not. But there's a lot of nonsense being dealt in. But you didn't see. Maybe I can show you a few things. Other things that we do around here, or anybody. There's 3 people in here. Here is some of my casting supply right here. That's actually compost. You can see the difference between compost, castings. Look at that. Completely different. Stuff is just rich. There's so many eggs in it. Like when you get my castings, it's you could start your own worm farm of just my castings, with the amount of eggs in it. And this is all 1/8 inch sift. Everything in here is 1/8 inch. That's compost, which I'll move. This is pretty cool. These are what I use. These are baby quail, are what I use to make my compost. These are born today, actually. I'm gonna take a video of my worm bin when I finish watching. These are pretty cool. Little babies. Newborns. The next generation. I have, I don't know, 50 or 60 of them outside. These are a lot of them born this morning. They're super small. Oh, I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry. Don't jump. They're crazy. If you bring them too far off the ground, they just jump off. But yeah, and if you look closely, and this is something I don't think anybody's picking up on. It's pretty crazy, and it's hard to see because of the red. The only bedding I've been using for all of these babies from here on out is worm castings. It's crazy. So I do the bottom of worm castings, right? I do feed these babies some worms, but the castings like feed off of the poo or the biology. So it's like this circle, and then I can rerun the castings back through the worms, and I don't lose them at all. We have about 40 chickens. We're going to incubate some more soon. Yeah, we have probably 30 or 40 chickens also. I love chicken. We just got 2 turkeys. Somebody wanted us, they were meat turkeys that got too big. Oh, they're awesome. I'll show you. I'm going to walk outside real quick. But yeah, these are the next generation. But yeah, the castings are working as bedding. I would dry them out a little bit, and then maybe get rid of the mites. But they're eating the mites now. They ate every mite now. It's pretty cool. Castings, I think, have a bunch of different uses. They love all these different colors. What's up, baby? What's she doing? How you doing? This is the youngest one. That one was kind of wet. Happy birds. Put a bird cam on and just let them go all day. Just the bin when they need their fan. It's got the light. This is my other side of my shop. I make knives for a living, or part of my living. So my shop. This is actually going to be the expansion of the shop. I have some more of these rack systems, but I'm thinking what would be cool is like my logo on the wall and then do like bins across this whole wall. I just put all this wood up. This is the incubator. I just pulled all them out of here. There's still a bunch of eggs in here though. Honestly, I fell in love with the turkeys already. They're so cute. She's like, it's almost like she knew that I was gonna slaughter them. So I don't know. I've slaughtered thousands of chickens, and now I'm getting soft in my old age. I don't know. Do you guys use this? Do you use this feed, the organic all flock, or the organic chick starter? Those are quail eggs, Sheila. They are quail eggs. I can't open it because it really messes them up. I don't kill. I gotta watch how I say it. I mean, like I have freezers full of chickens, nice Cornish crosses, extra larges, a couple different sizes, and I need to eat. Do you eat meat, Drift? We have 6 chickens. Where we can have 6 chickens where we are. You want me to send you 6 eggs, Drift? And then you can have some of my chickens running around. My chicken, it tastes so good. Here's one right here. Her name's Xena. They all free ranged. I have 5 acres and they free range over the 5 acres. Noisy girl. She's a little rough right now. They all coop up at night. Now I might lose connection a little bit, but I'm gonna start walking. This all here is electric fenced in. That's a mulberry. We got bananas going. Yeah, we free range and then they all coop up in a movable coop that we move every couple weeks now because we let them free range. It's beautiful out right now. Some papayas. That's a citrus. We got Barbados cherries, more mulberries. There's star fruits, moringa, yuccas all over the place. Here's a healthy chicken. What are you doing, Mama? Thank you, Sheila. It's a little messy, but it's crazy. Like the chickens, the turkeys, and my guineas. This is Bahia grass. I've let a lot of it go to seed because I'm trying to be able to pasture within my food forest. And you should see it. Even the turkeys now come right up to it and just strip all the seed right off of it. So I don't mind it being a little messy, honestly. It's a nice ecosystem for the birds to live in, and everybody's looking for ground cover. I don't fight with Bahia grass. It just grows very well. Here's some of our stock for sale. Dragon fruits. Those are sugar canes, mulberries, cranberry hibiscus. This is like some Cuban oregano. May or may not have 8 people watching, or it may or may not be in multiple windows. It's just me and you drifting. There's like 20 other people. Yeah, I wonder how that works. I wonder, you'd have to have different accounts. Very, very cool plant. This is called longevity spinach. You should look it up if you don't already have it. Both you guys, and see if you can get it to work. Bring it in as a house plant. I mean, it's amazing. It's completely edible. It's a spinach. And down here, it thrives all summer long. It's great for salads, and it's really good for cooking stews. But this is the chaya. 7% protein. Longevity, exactly, Drift. Look, take a look at that. And Okinawa is like very similar looking. It's just purple. This is Okinawa. These are different gingers and turmerics. Some pallets I just got for free. We're always using pallets. This is my trusty steed. Got some lights on it. Just the gardener kit. A couple shovels. Look at this thing. profitability right there. You get these grown on your property, and you could have a salad with your chicken every night. And then I grow thousands of sweet potatoes, and it's really like I got my potatoes, I got my greens. I grew up meringue. Well, if I'll send you some more seeds. I have so many seed pots, it's crazy. Down here, it grows like a weed. Like if you push the tree over, it touches the ground and then starts sprouting. There's a nice avocado. It's doing really well right now. This is something that we purchased. This is a grafted. You really want it to be grafted. This is lemongrass. Dude, thousands of sweet potatoes. I'll show you the let me go this other way. I gotta do some videos on this, but this is my wife's potting area. We got security. Here's some of her. This one is Narnij. I don't know. She's taken what I've taught her. I ran a nursery for a few years and taken it to another level. Now we're soil blocking. This is some of our soil that we make. All of the plants that we have are all soiled with our stuff. It's too bad we live far apart. Yeah, well, everybody comes to Florida to visit, so maybe we'll have a big dinner. Everybody comes to visit Florida. Maybe I'll come to Texas. Who knows? This is some more stuff. This is pretty cool. The ants. I brought the loofahs in this year. I only got one loofah. Actually, no, I got two loofahs. Look at all these ants. They just go crazy. They're just sugar ants. Look at all of them. Ants down. You already know about ants, Sheila. I know that. Yeah, I got a lanai. I live like a king. Everybody has a pool down here, though. I'll show you the sweet potatoes in a second. This is called a cotton candy plant. You should. The fruit it tastes like cotton candy. But yeah, there's a couple more loofahs. This is a dried one. It's a chupacabra. And these are a lot of the starts. My wife, we sell a lot of starts this year. These are all different lettuces. Again, this is our soil mix completely. With our compost. And then our mix of stuff, which is a very simple mix. Here in Florida, you have a lot of water, so a lot of perlite. I use compost. I use 1/3 compost, 1/3 castings, and 1/3 perlite, and then I put another third of perlite in there. So half perlite. Yeah. So I don't know why I said it like that. This is some of my sweet potatoes here. Rows. They're all irrigated. Everything's on irrigation. 1/2 inch. It's hard to see. The chicken's been picking on them a little bit. I pulled the fence off of it. But these are rows, and then it's messier right now. The weeds, once you crack, I'll post a picture to show you what it was all like. These are all rows. This was all tilled. And when I tilt, this is what happens. It becomes like this. But there's a lot of sweet potatoes. Pulling some of them. And then this is kind of where we're going. We do have silage tarps areas down there. They're all blacked out. Beautiful soil. But I think this year we're going to do a lot of this stuff in these pots. A little easier to control. So these are just some pots of our soil that we're starting to get filled with lettuces, onions, different stuff. I got to go working on covering my son of my crops before the possible freeze next week. I will definitely follow you, find you on Facebook, and contact you on the website. I'm glad to find. Yep, take it easy. Bye, Sheila. My lady, I want to try to start selling starts and stuff too. Damn, man. Yeah, down here you have a lot of good needs to be there. Compost does it. I wonder if we're gonna lose. This is my little hoop house. Right now it's shade cloth, but it's about to get flipped into a greenhouse. I'll show you some of this. This is all chickweed. The chickens love this, but I can tail it very quickly. This is like a 25 by 50 foot area covered with there's probably 6-8 inches of soil underneath this, all from wood chips breaking down. Probably gonna lose. This is one of my papayas right here, real quick. Look at that. Can you see that drift? We're shutting down for this. Yeah, it's crazy. This right now, for greens and stuff from here till June next year, we will be able to produce all of our greens. The highest, the spinaches, everything. But yeah, you see that? Beautiful. Ready to be harvested. They just kind of come one at a time. And you look at this one, I haven't even... Papayas. Shit, this guy wants the papaya. Look, he'll rip it right out of my hands if he gets a chance. This is a yucca. Everything's on irrigation. What's up, DMV? Yeah, you see that? This is moringa, tree of life. It's really cool. You can just take these leaves, you can dry them and make them into a powder, but you can just put them in your spinaches and they're just filled with nutrients. There's another papaya there. These are yuccas. Oh, check this out. Man, this is a Barbados cherry. Look at these cherries all year round. We're getting these red cherries. They're delicious. Look at that. Oh, man. Throw the seed on the ground, it just redoes it. What's up, DMB? What's up? How you doing? Here's some more papayas. This one fell over. Smaller papayas. And these are just compost. That was a whole compost pile there. Big nursery pots. It's a little messy right now. I've been down for a month really and haven't done too much cleanup. We've moved a bunch of things. Look at this grass, how thick it is. Show the most. Have you ever tried growing hydroponics? Yeah. Back in the day when I was a little criminal, hydroponics. Doing dumb shit. But no, I have not. I'm really with soil biology and like trying to build like just an easy way to do it. Hydroponics definitely needs a lot of inputs. It does work. It's great. I'm trying to keep it basic. I want it to thrive on neglect. I want my watering system to turn on at a certain time and then I don't even have to deal with it. Show you my quail. I've been on for an hour and 13 minutes. This is the pile, actually. This is my sifting. Outdoor. I just sifted a bunch. It goes right there. That's a 1/4 inch. This all came out of my quail aviary. It's hard. The chickens have all knocked it down. I got to get it back up. But really, the idea is not to let it keep composting. It's just sitting here, and it's easy to access. Yeah, it works great. And honestly, with my things, I could probably make it work with casting. Look at that. That's a New Zealand rabbit that I free range. Here's a couple turkeys. You guys want to see something cool? It's gonna give them the papaya. That's a male turkey. Hey, mama, go get this. Go get it. Sorry. They love it. I know, I've been eating papayas every day for months now, man. I'm over papayas right this second. The chickens love them. Hey, don't chew. Don't swallow. These guys just inhale it. Seeds and all. It's really good for parasites. They're like piranhas. There's a guinea hen. That's a white guinea right there. These birds. Nice birds. This is a nice male right here. That's a male right there. Tear this up a little bit, spread it out. Do you harvest the mean males? Nah, honestly, I don't have any mean ones. I have four males right now, and they are. One of them doesn't really like to play with you, but the other ones I can grab. Like if I sneak up on them and grab them, they got huge spikes on them. They're not angry. They have plenty of females and tons of room. Like I'm not saying they can't be mad for no reason, but there's no reason to be mad. Look at this rabbit. There's a few of them out here. These turkeys are so gentle. What? What? What are you doing? I know. I don't want to harvest them right now. Do you grow anything indoors? Everything outdoors? We have a couple indoor plants. But Florida's like that area that you can kind of grow most of it outside most of the year. It does cool down, so we have to watch certain things. But we bring them into a greenhouse. We have a greenhouse, which is kind of like an indoor, you know? Bring you into the quail aviary. They're going to be kind of pissed at me because they want more feed right now. But I have not brought any up. I gave them a bunch this morning. But this is the quail aviary. Watch out, guys. Okay, but like no grow lights. No grow lights. I don't feel like it's enough. The natural light through the greenhouse. Yeah, just the natural light. Where are you from, Dee Dee? What kind of stuff do you do? What are you running grow lights and stuff like that? So there's definitely some great uses for it in a bunch of different industries. I would love to get California. So say no more. I'm probably tracking where you're going with it, and yeah, I was just talking to somebody the other day, pretty in depth about some stuff they were doing, and it was amazing what they're doing in a greenhouse with lights and light deprivation. Then using the light, like they'll turn the light or the cover it from the sun and then turn the lights on. It's crazy what they're doing. So this I reset this, I don't know, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And I haven't started piling yet. It's way deeper than you think, but what you start seeing after is that the big stuff goes to the top, and then you start looking down here. This is all fresh wood chips, and then you get a little deeper, and it starts to warm up a little bit, and then it's already starting this process inside their area. And they love it. It's filled with mycelium. The quail love these things, centipedes. They really like them when they're young, but it just starts to build up. And then, I mean, I'm digging down right now. I just reset this. I mean, I'm already a couple inches. Yeah, look at that thing. He's eating a centipede. Get it. Get the centipede. It's funny, once I start digging a hole, yes, I grow everything, herbs, veggies, fruit, and course. Yeah, I'm tracking you, D. Yeah, that's amazing. Here in Florida, you're dealing with code enforcement. Here they come shoot your dog. They'll tie my mom up, tie my wife up, and then take me somewhere. They're still doing that over here. Exactly. Damn. That's what I would say. Wait, what zones? What zone? 9A, I think. 9A. We're not subtropical. It can get cold down here. We can drop into past the 40s even. We're freezing. Some of the stuff is getting good already. You can the wood chips start breaking apart. There's a lot of bugs in here. If you just start digging a hole for them, they kind of go after it afterwards and start really digging. They're not they're not like chickens. If you throw chickens in here, this whole thing will be dug down to nothing. Just flipped. They flip it for you. Quail aren't as good with that. But most people keep them in small areas. This aviary, they thrive. Now, they do die. They die. They die often. That's why you have to always be replenishing them. But man, this stuff is fresh and it's hard to tell. But it's beautiful. It's starting to really start to go. They all have these little houses that they chill in. I just took out the chicken's house that was in here because she's about to go out. Scratchy little peckers. Yeah. But yeah. And this trampoline was it's basically the one with the sides, and all I had to do was drill one bigger hole and put a bolt through up here, and this whole thing went together. I mean, it's sturdy. I mean, I can rock it, but it's sturdy. It went through a hurricane, didn't move at all. So you can take something that you have, and this is probably the best rain diffuser I've used is a trampoline. I know. I'm going to bring you guys food in a little while. Bring you food. That one's a female. Probably been getting pecked on. Yep. You see the head? That means they've been banging. I just started a bunch of holes so they can play in them. This stuff's even better right here because it's closer to the water. They love centipedes. There it goes. They definitely check out here too. I live in the county where it's illegal to grow it outdoors. They live. You get a higher quality indoors anyway. You don't get as much, right? But it's way easier to achieve a higher quality product, which is what I would prefer. I would never ever do that stuff for money personally. Just happy birds. Look at that white one. There's hanging. With weed now. It's wonderful, yeah. Imagine our whole country being on something like that, like alcohol. I mean, maybe alcohol is like countrywide, but pot is like literally they shoot your dog in some states, and they give your dog a treat. It's like I don't get it. It's stupid. Yeah, it's crazy, Drift. Especially most people that deal in the pottage. I mean, they're just great people. Very rarely. Oh man, they just found a worm. Over by this watering area, it gets real damp. And there's worms in here. Because I bring bedding in here and stuff like that. Look, there's a worm right there. I could dig in compost for hours. I do dig in compost for hours. It's weird. Always trying to make compost. Now I just let the birds do it a lot. This stuff is good. A baby worm. Just ate a worm. It's funny. Let's see another one. Let's find a worm. I stopped being a criminal like 5 minutes ago. I've partaked. Once they settle down, look at all of them. They're just playing. Go back into little nests. Happy birds. Turkeys won't leave me alone. But I'm gonna schedule another live. I got a few things I want to do with these worms. I have a couple cool ideas, but I think I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go hang out with my wife for a little while. It was nice talking to you guys and girls. Anything else? Anybody have any questions or anything like that? How many quail do you think you have? Now there's probably 40 in here, maybe 50. I think 80 or 90 now. Hopefully maybe another 15 or 20 will hatch, so maybe 100 altogether. Hey, be nice. She's so cute with the babies. I've seen her pick them up and toss them out of the way. She'll just grab them by the feathers and just throw them. This one's light. Why are you so light? Ugh. This is a grounding rod. When I come deal with them in the morning, I ground myself. I put this is a pretty heavy duty grounding rod straight into the earth. Full copper. What's up, B? No, get back in it. One escaped. You gotta escape. I'm gonna go get them feed right now. I just fed them everything that I had. Do you grow your own? I don't. I would never, honestly, unless they completely legalized it federally. I wouldn't. I don't really dabble in it much either because it's not necessary for me right now. If it's completely legal, that's completely different. I'm a good boy. I'm not looking for trouble anymore. What's this? Yeah. If it was legal, I would do it, D. For sure. I would have outdoor and indoor. Actually, I would probably run some indoor and then maybe finish them outdoor. Maybe. Something like that. So, my house. But, I'll show you soon. Alright, I'm going to catch you guys later. My wife and my mom are talking. So I will catch you later. You guys have a good rest of the night. Thanks for talking. Drift. It's been good talking to you so far. Appreciate the conversation, D. Alright guys, take it easy. See you.